The perfect childhood does not exist. No one grew up playing strictly good games. We all played that one game that makes you question your entire existence. Or maybe you genuinely love and appreciate that game and the memories you made. What do we know? Today's story is about taking a trip down memory lane while taking a look at some of the obscure childhood games we grew up with. As kids, it's normal to play garbage games geared towards children. A good majority of strange and weird games are based off of TV shows and movies, which makes it easy for parents to purchase since they already know that their child has an interest in said show or movie. And they're generally cheap. When you're a tiny, worthless human, you just sorta accept it and grow an obsession with those weird games, because your gaming taste buds haven't developed yet. When we were younger, we couldn't distinguish a good game from a bad game. We grew up obsessively playing Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Color. But then if you give us Blue's Clues Blues Alphabet Book, we would have just as much fun. Good old Blue's Clues, our first obscure game we're going to be talking about in this story. Sadly, we sold our childhood copy at a garage sale way back when, so we recently picked this one up on eBay. But before we talk about our recent playthrough with this game, here's a little backstory of how we originally got Blue's Clues Alphabet Book. I remember I was at Walmart with our dad when I was maybe 5 years old. He let me pick out one Game Boy game for Mike and I to share. I picked out Blue's Clues. Yeah, not Zelda, not a Mario Land game, not even the Pokémon TCG game. I deliberately chose Blue's Clues. Mike, imagine how much I could have enriched our childhood if I chose a good game, a Nintendo game, not Blue's Clues. Yeah, well, what'd you expect? We both dressed up as Blue for Halloween, and we had our own thinking chairs. There's no sense in dwelling in the past. It was meant to be. I mean, come on. We looked up to Steve.
Let's play Blue's Clues.
Alright, let's replay this mistake of a game and see if it was worth it. The story goes like this. Blue shows our role model, Steve, her alphabet book. But oh no, all the pages are missing. Well, looks like there's only one way to solve this mystery. Play some good old-fashioned Blue's Clues. Okay, can we just put this mystery to rest? I mean, we all see it. It's obvious who did it. Baby Bear is the killer. Just look at that smug bastard. She's obviously hiding something. She's got guilty written all over her face. She's the one who murdered the alphabet. And for what? Got something to say, Baby Bear? Huh? Spit it out. What did the alphabet ever do to you? Man, you gotta love a good murder mystery. You either jump into minigames of your choice, or select which page of letters you want to find and skidoo around the house to play 3 of the 6 minigames. After each minigame, you discover and jot it down in our handy dandy notebook. Eventually, you'll find 3 clues, which reveal where the lost alphabet page is, and voila! That's how criminal investigators are made. Taking a quick look at all of the minigames, first up is Mr. Salt and Mrs. Peppers. Basically, you gotta select the food item or letter that matches the picture in the book. After a long minute of strenuous thinking and a soaking wet sweat towel, the game abruptly ends. Good job. Shovel and Pails minigame is by far the most extreme. You push a letter to the end of the maze. You're gonna need to ice your thumbs after all that constant pushing of the up and right buttons on the D-pad. Whew. And then there's Paprika's game, Alphabet Soup. All-time classic right here, baby. You have to search and locate the specific letter that's shown in Blue's bowl of soup. It's excellent gameplay. Paprika, you're a prodigy. You're gonna do big things in life. Slippery Soaps is just a memory matching game. Nothing too exciting. Side Tables game, yeah, don't really need to say anything about this one. Very nice. Baby Bears was another one of our favorites. I remember selecting this game and playing it for hours. All you do is catch the leaves that have the same... Why are we even explaining these? I don't know, you get the point. Don't worry, if you mess up in any of the minigames, there are 0 penalties and 0 consequences. God damn, we had it easy growing up. Where's the lives, the discipline? How about if you fail a number of times like a little chump, the game puts you in timeout. There's a 5-minute timer, and whenever you turn the Game Boy off and on, it adds an additional 5 minutes. And there you have it. Our time replaying Blue's Clues didn't last long at all. Not because of the redundant gameplay, but because if you press any button during the cutscenes, it just starts over. Boom. All your progress, all gone. The nostalgia was nice. Hearing that music that's way too good to be in a Blue's Clues game was rather refreshing. We simply did not have the patience or care to play through it all. Sorry Blue, but we'll find your alphabet pages some other time. It's good to have you back, friend. Sorry for getting rid of you at that garage sale back in the day. The Game Boy is home to countless amounts of trash games. perfect for children. You'd shove a Test Drive Cycles cartridge in a Game Boy and we'd be entertained for hours. Even if we sucked so bad at it, we didn't care. Let me tell ya, we couldn't for the life of us turn a corner in this motherfucking game. We'd be blasting down the road at 120 miles an hour. The 8-bit humming would pierce our eardrums. God damn, that's loud. Then the dreadful bright yellow arrow sign would show up. Oh no. No, son of a bitch. It was like a reoccurring nightmare. Practically every turn wiped us out, and then we fall way behind in the race. Seeing someone in the distance always gave us a slimmer of hope, but it wasn't enough. In order to win a tournament, you must get first place in all 3 races. We've never beaten the first cup. Pretty sure our mom got this game on clearance. Also, it's missing the label, so at least it looks unique and special on our shelf. It's got that going for it. Moving on to another strange game, Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver. It was one of our go-to games during car rides while our mom went out to run her errands. As kids, we loved Hot Wheels. We had a bucket full of the toy cars and various track sets. We haven't played this game in years. So we figured it was the perfect time to pop this bad boy in and try it out for old time's sake. Whoa, who was responsible for making this tune go this hard? Relax, dude. It's just Hot Wheels for Game Boy, for fuck's sake. No wonder we were so glued to our Game Boys and GBAs. This song pumped us up more than what a few Starbursts and Skittles would do to a little 4-year-old. Alright, let's go back and relive some good old Hot Wheels. You have a wide selection of 4 cars to choose from. Slide out? Way too fast? Toe Jam. What? I say we go Shadow Jet because it looks and sounds the coolest. The premise of the game is to race 2 computers and finish in first place in order to move on to the next track. Now, performance stunts is essential to maintaining a good lead. You don't understand the sensation of obtaining speed bursts when pulling off a successful stunt. Look at this! Double front flip, straight to a double spin roll, to a back flip. It's extremely satisfying and exhilarating. We remember being completely obsessed with performing tricks when we were kids, and it's clear nothing has changed since. One must remember to not get too cocky and trick happy because you'll end up crashing left and right and fall way behind. So you race in various rooms like the living room, the backyard, a game room, and a kitchen. The kitchen ended so many of our runs during our childhood, yet it's not even comparable to the 6th track, the barn. Now, we're not sure if we ever beat this level, considering we don't remember any other tracks in this game. We're gonna go ahead and chalk this one up as a game we have yet to beat. It's time to take on our childhood nightmare and beat this right here, right now. The barn is a torture room. No, like it actually is a torture room. We have this theory that you play as a spoiled kid who constantly gets new Hot Wheel toys and tracks. However, his parents only buy him toys in order to distract him, so that they have more time to themselves. For what? Well, to torture their victims inside their barn. Ever wonder why there are so many snowmen in their backyard? The answer's simple. It's their kill count. A normal family would never make that many snowmen. The kid is only supposed to play with his Hot Wheels in his bedroom, but one day his parents were out looking for the next victims. The kid grew bored of playing in his room, so he started setting up tracks all around the house, where he accidentally stumbled upon the barn. His parents come home and find him inside, the only place he was forbidden to ever enter. Worried that their son will rat on them, they decide to finally play with him for the first time. A race to the death. The CPUs are controlled by your mom and dad. Yeah, after like 30 attempts, we defeated our parents. Clearly, we haven't beaten this game because we unlocked a new car, and all 6 tracks are now playable in single-player mode. Wow, a childhood accomplishment. Or is it? If you turn the game off and on, the unlockables are gone. So, we may never know if we truly beat this game as kids. Another game we struggled with was SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman for the Game Boy Advance. Not a phase that we are particularly proud of. Instead of putting hard working hours into the other games we got for Christmas, like Yoshi's Story or Super Mario World for the Game Boy Advance, we decided to waste our weekends with SpongeBob. We had this weird obsession of wanting to beat this game really bad. But guess what? We sucked at it. So one day, while on a peaceful walk, Gary the Snail gets loose and takes off, Damn, boy, Gary got them wheels. Gary leads SpongeBob to a treasure chest. Curiously, SpongeBob opens it up, which releases the Flying Dutchman from his prison. SpongeBob mistakes him for a genie, so the Flying Dutchman tricks him by saying he'll grant us one wish, under one condition, that is. After we retrieve his 10 lost treasures scattered across Bikini Bottom. Bullshit. This game is like every TV show about a group of investigators looking for lost treasure or urban legends. No treasure exists in Bikini Bottom. We wasted a small part of our youth navigating levels like they were one giant corn maze, endured countless jellyfish stings, lost dozens and dozens of pairs of underwear. I would play while comfortably sitting at our little Tykes art desk, while Matt sat on the floor behind me making paper guys. We'd take turns, playing after making little progress or losing all of our lives. Dumping L'Oreal Kids Shampoo directly into your eye sockets was more enjoyable than running around jellyfish fields. Rock bottom will actually make you hit rock bottom. Yeah, one attempt, next thing you know, you've hit an early life crisis. The beach can just go f itself. The game would have been far more entertaining if we understood the password system. How do we not understand this as kids? It tells you the password in plain sight after you beat a level. Maybe we just had too much shampoo in our eyes. Instead, we had to start over the entire game every time we played. Who knows? Perhaps these are the moments that made playing SpongeBob memorable. SpongeBob, The Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, got tuna canned, where it was then shelved in the backlog aisle. Sadly, we beat it in 2020 in one sitting, like how it was meant to be beaten. Well, for us at least. And finally, the last game we're going to be talking about comes at the very end of our childhood days. Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force on the Nintendo DS. Man, the Club Penguin days are some of the fondest memories we have. We look forward to playing the moment we came home from school days. The outside world missed us during the summertime, and Christmas breaks were spent plastered on our computer chair as we waddled around with our friends from all over the world, designed the baddest igloo on the block, worked overtime at the pizza parlor, and cheated on our Club Penguin girlfriend. Come on, everyone's guilty for doing that. We got this game for Christmas in the 6th grade, along with Pokemon Rangers, Shadows of Almia. Fat Carmen 69, baby! Our OG Penguin back in the day. Sadly, Club Penguin banned our name. That's right, we were one of these guys. Anyway, back to Club Penguin on the DS. You join the EPF, the Elite Penguin Force, a super secret corporation where you take part in missions. You have access to all kinds of gadgets, train puffles, play minigames, and purchase the finest clothes from the freshest clothing line, aka living the dream. Now, we could go on about this game and break down the obscurity of it, but this game isn't weird. It's awesome. Club Penguin is the best. We'd be doing the franchise and our childhood a huge dishonor if we talked down on this game. So we won't. Well, those were our strange childhood games we played. Except Club Penguin. They may be awful and tedious games, but nonetheless, those times are special to us. When reminiscing about our childhood, what we often talk about are the days of roaming the castle in Super Mario 64, searching for secrets, or the early summer mornings of being absorbed into the world of Pokémon. Very rarely do we talk about the days of SpongeBob SquarePants, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, or landing a double front flip side roll in Hot Wheels. Don't ever forget the days of playing terrible games. And hey, why not go back and replay some of them and get a sudden rush of nostalgia, mixed with slight irritation and quick boredom? Now, if you would excuse us, we have a few questions to ask Baby Bear in our handy dandy notebook.